after that is one of the times that I went to GITMO. Went to jump school, yeah, and then like I said, it was a couple months in GITMO. So they the Haitian thing was going on, and the horror of that is they had a beautiful golf course at GITMO.
Yeah.
And they turned it into a holding area for Haitians. But yeah, so I did a couple months out at GITMO, which was again another amazing experience outside the typical EOD deployment. I don't know how many detachments we have left in great places like that. Like, I think there was Bermuda was still going when I first came into EOD, and it was like, I want to go to Bermuda.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard there were some pretty awesome spots.
Yeah.
That's what kind of stuff were you doing out in GITMO?
Well, GITMO was amazing because if you know anything about the structure of GITMO, it's an island, and you go 100 feet off the island, and you're in 150 foot of water.
Yeah.
And it's it's untouched for the most part, and it's just beautiful.
Nice.
But of course, you also had the minefields in GITMO, and then you had the backwater bay between the base and Guantanamo proper.
Okay.
Which no one is allowed into, and it was secured by the Marines, and of course they get the. There's always a movie, right?
Yeah.
What was it? The famous movie about the guys out in GITMO, right? You need me on that wall. You want me on that wall. So it was interesting to get an opportunity to be out there for a couple of months, and the beauty of GITMO was all in one day. You could wake up in the morning, dive in the morning, catch yourself some fish, spear gun some fish. You could come back, put your fish in the cooler, put your gear up. You could go out in the minefields, maintain the minefields, right? The Marines would pull old mines out, or if they couldn't pull them out, if they couldn't disarm them, we'd go in there and do that.
Okay.
And then, of course, once a month, you detonate whatever you had. So you had potential to dive in the morning, catch a bunch of fish, go out into the minefields, maintain the minefields. Well, on the edge of the minefields were wood line. And if a deer comes out in the wood line while you're working in the minefield, guess what? You're shooting a deer.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want that thing coming in the minefield with you.
Right. And so in a single day, you could, in fact, when I was there, this actually happened. They're like, all right, boys, it's Friday. Go out in the morning, catch a whole bunch of fish. In fact, that Friday morning, we went into the back bay. And at that time, there were some old piers. And the base wanted to get rid of the pylons and stuff were sticking out of the water. And I guess they were kind of an eyesore and I don't know, whatever. They wanted to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, we have a plan.
Yeah.
And nobody's allowed in the back bay, right? It's untouched. So no one goes out there. So we go out there and we place some charges on these pylons, and we just come back in and just scoop up the fish.
That's awesome.
I mean, red snappers, like huge. I got pictures with them.
Nice.
So we went out in the morning, did that, filled up the cooler with fish, went out in the afternoon, did minefield maintenance, shot a deer, came back, down-dressed the deer. Friday night, fresh fish, venison,
That's
and
legit.
watching the sunset from Cuba. I mean,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
True.
Yeah. And of course, you got Mark 16 diving out there, and oh gosh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That'd be true surf and turf.
Yes. Yes. And they had Marines out there, so every now and again you could do air ops. You could do your fast roping, jumping. They didn't jump while I was there, but I know they did it sometimes. So you had opportunities for everything, and it was island living, and it was great.
That's pretty cool.
It was fantastic.